Yeah. That's yours right there. Just don't stand in front of that speaker.
When the microphone was positioned.
Yeah, well, directly in front of it.
Can everybody hear me? Do I even need this thing?
Yeah.
No. Y'all hear me?
No.
What? He doesn't need it if he don't want. Are there any children in here?
Yes.
Smart ass.
Of all ages.
I'm not trying to expedite through the proceedings because I want to make sure that Tech Sergeant Heath and Master Sergeant Heath get a very good send-off. Unfortunately, I have to do a meeting, so I have to split. But before I go, I want to say a couple of nice words about you both because I appreciate y'all so much. Tech Sergeant Heath, since I've been here, you've been expediting, you've been in production. That's kind of the capacity that I've seen in, and I can honestly say that you're one of the better ones. Do not take that lightly. Some people don't make that cut. I never have to worry about some of y'all in this room. Not gonna put you out. We can talk later if you like. Sorry, I never have to worry about the information that you give me, and I gotta tell you, being in the position I am where I have to brief up the chain, but I don't actually get to have eyes on the dudes out there on the flight line, it is absolutely critical that I can trust the words coming out of your mouth when you tell me that this is what's going on, this is what we're doing to fix it, this is the e-tick, and yes, we do need 36 more hours in order to troubleshoot that discrepancy. Absolutely key. So I appreciate that. The competency that you brought to the job and how seriously you took it. I wish you the absolute best of luck at Pope. I know you're going there. If you didn't know, he said he's going to be working in the mock, so give him shit for that. It'll be an absolute, I was going to say mama, but then I look directly at Sergeant
I was waiting.
He's going to be able to put his feet up. It's going to be completely different from out there in the truck running the flight line and expedite a little bit of madness that we have going on there today. I hope you love it. They're both looking forward to getting back to Pope, so I hope it's as good as you remember it to be. Sometimes things change. Master Sergeant Heath, when I first got here, you were already transitioned to the Quality Assurance Office. I did not get to see you in the Pro Super's office, but I heard the stories. From Sergeant Cop and company about the glory days. Sergeant Williams tells me all the time about the glory days when you and he were in production and the world ran smoothly and no aircraft was ever delayed and all the forms got reviewed and the angels came out and sang every morning as soon as the airfield opened. Apparently it was a sight to see. I am sorry I missed that. All I know is when you got in QA, it was a good time. We had several conversations about the state of the flight line and what people were doing out there on the flight line, but at the end of the day, I appreciate you keeping your eye on all of it. You went from the chief inspector up to the QA superintendent. We absolutely couldn't agree with a better person because you were the person to toe the line. For the senior COs that go away, I'd like to give a tool, something that's indicative of their time here in the squadron, and I will say this about you, Sergeant Heath, when I started to think about what type of tool I'll get you, didn't have to think long. It might have took me 30 seconds. Every single facet of what we expect our senior COs to be successful in, from being a PTL, leading PT, being involved in base community, being involved with the top 3, taking initiatives within the squadron, trying to make the squadron a better place, you absolutely ace them all. You are a standard that other people should measure themselves by. So what better thing to get you than a measuring tape? It's just that simple. Your measuring tape reads. Master Sergeant Hollie Heath, Production Superintendent to QA Superintendent. In every area, you set the standard and then held us to it, without exception and without apology. Thanks for holding the line. Good luck, Godspeed, don't quit. 71 MXS.
Speech.
Well, you can't leave yet. I wanted to start a little early, you know. In my career and even growing up, I've always had really strong and great female role models. And a couple of the female role models are here today. And I know Captain has to go, so we will knock her out.
What's all this murmur back there?
When I first got back from Interlake, I had an opportunity to meet you. I kept hearing about it from Sergeant Williams.
That had been a good thing.
The first thing he said, you're gonna like her. She doesn't put up with any shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, I gotta see this. Yeah. And I know we have a little saying, you know, that's BS. Butt sharks, you know, you need your energy to hunt down the butt sharks, aka the bullshit. And sometimes that can wear on you, wear you down. So anytime you get thirsty, there's your butt shark hunter, Captain Jones. When your BI's radar goes off, drink this elixir to stay alert.
I absolutely love this. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No problem, yeah.
I wish you absolutely the best of both. I'm sure you will love. They're gonna love you.
That's
She's gonna run ahead of you, y'all.
That's gonna be full all the time.
Thank you.
No problem. Let me see what else I got. Two other ladies that have really helped me out have been a tremendous help from the cops' retirement. I couldn't have got it done without you, Sergeant Hollie Moore. I've also appreciated you coming over and venting to me and letting me vent to you. That goes a long way. So I got a little gift for Sergeant Hollie Moore. There it is.
Bring me my gift. Bring me my gift.
Another lady who we all know and love, Sergeant Hall. Again, I couldn't have done the cops retirement ceremony without your help. I couldn't have done the etching. There's a lot of things I couldn't have done without your help. And I appreciate all the venting and time. So please accept that and thank you for everything. Don't cry. One of the guys that isn't here is Sergeant Molina. He was a tremendous help when we went to Interlake, because as you guys know, Sergeant Canning went with us, and Molina helped me deal with that. So, Molina, thank you.
You did jump on that bomb. Stayed the same room.
Another person I would like to thank, when I first got here, I was a tech with a line for master, and I was on sea flight. Love sea flight, God bless them. But they didn't work, they're techs. They said tech sergeants don't work. And at first, you know, I couldn't handle that. So I tried to go out and do work, and they just wouldn't let me work. So I sat and watched TV with the rest of the non-workers. I watched the whole season of Heroes until Master Sergeant Packard said, "What are you doing?" And he grabbed me, brought me in the truck, taught me what to expect on the flight line and how to be a pro super. And Sergeant Packard, you also let me vent, and you're an awesome mentor, and I want to thank you. Let's see, get these gifts out real quick. As you know, I'm the QA superintendent, and I couldn't have done, thank you, I couldn't have made it such an awesome office without my workers. And one of my workers, Ray Dub, when fails are hard to find, drink this and you won't care. Here we go. You'll find them. Another one, Sweet Hager. Where's Hager? All right. Dan, when you think you're going to get fired, drink this liquor. He's always thinking he's going to get fired. Oh, T-Bomb. Where's T-Bomb? There's T-Bomb. Guaranteed to keep you in a tight hook of shape. All right, Foley.
Uh-oh.
Foley.
Oh, watch out.
When watching Thagard gets to be too much.
Be a bigger bottle.
Hootie. When it gets really crazy. And it's going to. I wish you luck. come into our office till late, it takes them a little while. So I'll have one for you on the 18th. But I did get we were in production, and before we left production, we had to do a strike fund, and Sergeant Bailey collected $20 from everybody for a while, and we never got anything made. So me and Sergeant Williams made sure that the money got put into the people who donated. So maybe I'll turn right now. Are you gonna get anything? Well, you guys know I don't like to give stuff out now. Like, you know, I went to, yeah, I did go to Turkey for 2 months, and I'd never been there before, and I had a group of people with me, Houlihan, James, Melina, Canning, myself. Yeah, well, there's several of us. And I've never been before, and everyone's asking me, where do I go? What do I do? And that's just part of being a senior NCO. So, you know, I kind of had to fake it. We go this way. We go that way. This is what we do. And when I first got to Incirlik at lodging, there's this guy I saw who was kind of standing really close. I was high, I was sweaty, trying to get my bags, trying to figure out where we go. And this guy comes up, hi, how you doing? What's going on? And I'm thinking, oh God. Crazy wacko. Well, then the person introduced himself and says, hi, I'm Major Johns.
So you weren't far wrong. Yeah, crazy wacko, spot on.
He introduced himself, and he was also there to help get Incirlik in shape, and got to talking with him and found out that he is a big fan of The Office. I am also a big fan of The Office. And if you've ever seen The Office, they have a boss who you would never, ever, ever want to be. And that's Michael Scott. Well, sir, you are no Michael Scott, thank goodness. But I want to give you the Michael Scott bobblehead. Don't ever be like Michael Scott.
Don't worry about that.
But, wait, but you can't have a Michael Scott without a Dwight.
Oh.
So there's your matching Dwight.
Ah, awesome. Thank you. Very nice.
Thank you, sir. All right. All right. A couple other people, little honorable mentions. Thanks for your help with cost retirement.
Thank you. You did it. You put the bar high.
Oh,
Good.
goodness. Yeah, Coffee's a likable guy, and it's, you know, it's easy when you're passionate about the people you work with. I'm very passionate about everyone I work with. I wish I had more money to get everybody a little something, but, you know, I can't do that. I have to win the lottery. So, again, I want to thank everybody that came. I appreciate all of you. You guys have all helped me out, and I'll never forget you. And here's a little, no matter where you're at in the world, you'll always have friends.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, and I'll help it.
Thanks. So we have a little something for you when you're done too.
I
Or
got-
we were going to let you out of here. That is.
I got a couple more. Chief King. Again, wherever you are in the world, you're always going to have friends. Thanks for letting me vent to you when I was doing the first shirt, and that's a hard job. What's going on? Take care of yourself. And I think that's about it.
Nope, we got a big blue box right there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got to hurry up.
Okay, maybe a little.
This is where I might get weepy.
Will help.
Don't you leave me like that. Some of you know when I got here, became a pro super, had an individual that worked in that office that was a bit difficult, and a couple months after Paffett left, another individual showed up, and we got to talking. I found out that I wasn't crazy, that this person is a little insane. It's not just me. And he has been an awesome mentor. I've been able to talk to him about anything and everything. I've been able to be myself, holler, scream, bitch, complain, get my panties in a wad, and he doesn't take it personal. And I really appreciate that. And we always said we could make the squadron better. We could make the squadron better. We could do it right. We could make the squadron better. And sometimes that's a lot. You know, it's always easier said than done. And he took on the burden. He became the AMU superintendent. And I know you're trying, and it's not easy. And it probably feels like you've got the whole weight of the world on your shoulders. And I want to give you this, because you do. Sergeant William, continue to be a leader and mentor. I won't forget you. Thank you. There you go. Don't you cry. Thank you. Thank you. You're done? Yes, I'm done
Well, you didn't think you were going to get out of here without a little bit of music. First of all, let's have a round of applause for Keith doing a great job. He's a great guy. He's a great guy, and he really helped us out today. So thank you very much for coming in. So of course, when I told him I was thinking about a song to do for you, that you both love Mustangs. Well, you know the song we have to do, which kind of fits you a little bit. So I think we'll start with that, and then you didn't think you were getting away with it either, there, Chris. 'Cause you're coming next. So. You're in C, right? Give me a quick tune, just make sure we're good. Okay, you got this.
Mustang Sally, better slow your Mustang down. Mustang Sally, now be there.
You knew what you were going to do.
Better slow your Mustang down. You better put your bare feet on the ground. I said, I bought you a brand new Mustang, 1965. The more you wanna be, you take the fine one, baby. You won't even let me try. A Mustang selling up here. Selling up here. You better slow your Mustang down. Up in the morning, baby. I said you're gonna be white man, then we ran out. What'd you say?
Here we go, man.
Come on, y'all. All you wanna do is ride around, mommy. Ride, Sally, ride. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally. Ride, Sally, ride. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally. Ride, Sally, ride. All you wanna do is ride around, Sally. Ride, Sally, ride. One of these early mornings, you're gonna be wiping and weeping eyes. Bad name, baby. Tell me.
Oh, Mike, great job, man. This is great. I'm just to do one more song for you. The first time I really met you was when Sergeant Williams got promoted and Sergeant Dewey as L. And then we started playing the blues, and then we talked about the parties and everything. So one of the songs we sang that night was Stormy Monday. So we'll do that in F, right? Good?
Open.
Or G,
Have to check it first. Yeah,
Well, they call it Stormy Monday. Tuesday's just as bad. Well, now they call it Stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Oh, Wednesday's worse. Thursday, honey, is also sad. Well, down eagle flies on Friday, but Saturdays I go out to play. I like to play, I like to play, yeah. Well, now the eagle flies on Friday, baby, but Saturdays I go out to play. I like to play, I like to play. Sunday morning I go to church, whoa. I get down on my knees and I pray. You want to hear what I pray about? Tell me, I can't hear you. Put your hands together. I cry, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy over me. I cried, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy over me. So my baby, oh, bring it home to me. Can you play some lead for me, baby? I said, Lord have mercy on me. Cause my baby comes everywhere. I said she's gone. But you know we're gonna miss you too so bad. But you remember this day, this much time you had. Oh, coming home. Take it out and we're done, baby. Won't you please have mercy on me? Oh, I said, no, Lord, no. I said, won't you please So have a mercy, 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 mercy on me. Lordy, Lordy, Lord. I said, won't you please have a mercy, mercy on me? I'm talking about them stormy Monday blues. Them stormy Monday blues. Oh, them stormy Monday blues. I'm saying, whoa. Big hand for Mike. All right, man. Call me Monday Blues. There you go. There you go.
Now, Chris, if you could get in line, put in the chair here. We're going to take a break from the music, but I got a little something for you, too.
I know you're from North Carolina, right? I'm from the South too. I'm from South Florida. You know, it's like where all the Yankees hang out and shit. You know? So, I mean, people say they're in the South. They just put cowboy boots on today and shit down there. You know. So, your wife told me that you just got one of these weed things. You know, learn how to fish again because you've been gone from fishing so long. I understand. Who fishes here? That's all. Dang, we got a bunch of Yankees, I bet. A bunch of Yankees, that's why. Anyway, I know about fishing. I like fishing. This is actually, this old tackle box here is my grandpa's older than me. I'm pretty good shape. Better shape than him. But I had a few things in there for you that might help you get back into the fishing routine. By the way, fishing, can y'all help me say fishing? Fishing. Thank you. That's pretty good for a bunch of Yankees. No, sorry. Anyway, it's fishing. It's not fusion. That's like that physics thing. But there's a southern word for fusion. That's confusion. That's when you get up in the morning and go, why the hell did I marry my sister? You know, that's confusion. So anyway, this is like fishing. Okay, so we got it, right? Fishing. So we're going to open the box here. I've been in this box 10 years because I hadn't fished either. It pisses me off. You know, but here's the old stuff. So anyway, let's see what we got here. We got a weight. You know, you need one of them. This is a lead weight. You remember that thing? You remember that thing? Oh, yeah. Look, you get that thing. That's my grandpa. Now in Florida, see, this is the weight we use down there. That's like a serious ass weight for big fish, but I know you're going to, you know, little. We have this thing here. It's called a teaser. Remember them bitches? Kind of looks like a fish, don't it? That's cute. You just tie it on the water and go along. You know what I'm talking about? Is it coming back to you? Okay, coming back to you. Okay, good. Let's see what else we got here. Well, we got some serious big hooks. Maybe you don't need them for little fish. But I got a package. They still good too. I'm saying some bitch is about 30 years old. They got little jacket hooks for you. Oh, that's good. Let's see what else we got here. We got a pair of pliers. These builders, 50 years old. We're ain't getting these. This is my grandpa. So you gotta get that. And if you need a gas, you know, your gas tank thing, you need extra, you gotta keep that in your box. I'm just refreshing your memory. You're following me? I'm not going too fast or anything. So now the last thing I want to get you is you probably had your fishing pole stored somewhere, right? You didn't bring it over here because you knew your ass wasn't going to fish over here, right? Do you got your fishing pole? You do? Holy cow. Well, I got a new one for you. I got your high-tech, most high-tech shit you ever seen in your life, right? This ain't some cane pole where you whack the cane off and put this little bobber shit. It's not real. This is the real pole here. Let's see what I got for you. This is a custom made in my own garage. This is high-tech, buddy. We're talking polyvinyl chloride, you know, PVC things. But here's how you do it. So you got to unlock this, and you got a handle. I put a special grip for you. And remember how them custom things, they weave that shit for you? You got that for you? A special little hook there, a little pretty little thing there. Now the thing you got to remember to do when you go fishing, which is your weave thing, taught you how to do this. Is this what you're doing? Getting a wrist action there? Let me see, Rich. You got a pretty big wrist. Well, you've been married a long time. So anyway, so this has got a real hook here, so I want you to be careful. Now we don't have no accidents here, but just kind of feel it. Make sure it's got the feel for it. Oh yeah, pretty good. That's good. Well, let's give a round of applause for him. Come on back here. Wait, did you say you had something?
Now you have to hold it.
No.
But I want to do it first. Hello.
How are you?
Okay, Chris and Holly. I must admit, what an awesome going away. I mean, obviously a ton of people, which obviously tell you that you're going to be missing how much people care for you. Kind of first though, it's the first time I ever had live music at a going away. And awesome. First time in my life I've ever been called a Yankee.
Sorry, sir.
I don't know how you made that mistake. Maybe I've been out of Tennessee too long.
Too long,
I don't
could
know.
be.
I'll start with Chris first. During my walkabout, I walk around the flight line, I kind of talk to people, say, you know, basically how's it going, stuff like that. And whenever Chris was working, I always knew he was on top of it as an expedited. And we depend on you a lot to basically get the mission moving, do it safely, and take care of the folks. But the most common theme that I always heard about Chris was he always took care of the folks, and he did it the right way all the time. That shouldn't be taken for granted. Not everybody does that. When Chris Heath was out on a job, you knew it was going to be done right. You knew his folks was going to get taken care of. And the folks, they'll tell you, you know, the workers, the maintainers that are out there, when it's 20 degrees, it's snowing, they're not getting lunch, they're going on their 10th, 11th hour, Chris was always there to watch after that. And that's very key. There's not a lot of leaders out there like that. A lot of folks, they'll go out there, they're in for themselves, and they're clock watchers. All right, what can I get done? Very stovetop lead. You were never like that. I appreciate it. The squadron appreciates it. And I know damn well the Air Force appreciates it. So with that, we want to give you all my coins on a job very well done. Okay, Holly. Holly's correct. First time I met her was in Insulet. It wasn't in Lodging. And you are correct, you guys did stink. And, you know, I didn't really think about it. She was in my office one day. She said, hey, am I going away? So I got this Asshole 21 event, so I don't know if the time's going to work out. I said, oh, you got to go. I got this great story. All right, well, let's hear it. She made it almost sound like I was kind of stalking her. I said, all right, so my wife Cindy, I go, well, I don't need to invite her then. So, first time we met was in Insulet. And if you guys don't know the story, basically Insulet had some issues on a inspection, so they basically called in some folks in the wing to help them out, get them back on track. And basically any type of maintenance, everybody should know, it starts with basically QA. QA are the individuals that judge the quality and type of maintenance that are going on the flight line. And the wing had many resources to choose from. This had high visibility, grant you. AMC was looking particularly at Insulet what was going on. And the wing decided to go with Hollie. They could have went with a guy or gal from Rhoda, Spain Gone, whatever the case may be. So they went with Hollie because they knew of her reputation. And she did an outstanding job there. She basically built Insulet's QA program from scratch. And there's many times there in the Insulet that me and her had quite a few little conversations about things. So, but she was always spot on. She always had the right answer. She knew where to take them. She had a vision, and she took them there. And the end result was one individual who she trained, 101, was recognized by the LCAP team as a superior performer. Trust me, before Hollie Heath got on that location, this dude was not a superior performer. The QA program itself was recognized. heads and above shoulders what it was before. So, the wing I know have thanked you many times over, and I want to thank you also for that. I had the opportunity to go there. I was just basically a caretaker. Those are the folks who made it. 6 months later, I got the pleasure to be named commander of the squadron, 741st. And Hollie's my QA superintendent. And if I wanted a straight answer, if I wanted unfiltered, unbiased feedback, I knew I could go to her. Because she'll basically say, yeah, this is BS. No, that guy will crap, or whatever the case may be. She was always there to get it. And once again, I appreciate that. Finally, as you wrapped up, my first sergeant, the 10th first sergeant. Wow. I think you first night or two, you were actually in the seat. I think you called me 3 times around 2 and 3 o'clock that morning. So I thought, wow, there's no way I'm going to let you do this again. But like everything, you stepped up and did an outstanding job. I learn things every day in this job. And I know you learned some things in that position. Painful as it may be, I know it makes you a better person, a better senior NCO. Captain Jones, once again, spot on. You're the measuring stick when it comes to a senior NCO. And I appreciate everything you have done, just like Chris. Not for the squadron, the wing, but the Air Force as well. Both of you guys, you have limitless potential, whatever you want to do. With that, I also want you to join. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Also, I'll have a lift over here. A very big lift over, which is
Yeah.
okay. Master Sergeant Hollie K. Heath. This is K sample.
Christine.
Christine. Okay. Killer. I think that's the top spot over there. Okay, 2 February 2007 to 1 February 2011. You have been a GRA. Great mom to QA. However, we want you to remember one thing. Don't get your panties in one. Thanks again.
Thanks, sir.
Alright, Sergeant Heath. I got up to QA shortly after Sergeant Heath and Sergeant Williams got up there. They actually hired me, and they didn't fire me, so that's... I had this paranoia. When it came down to, you know, what are we going to get Sergeant Heath for going away, we wanted to get something a little different. And when you think about the bases that you've been to, the different units that you've been in, it's just a snapshot. So you remember specific things that happened. So what we got is we got Sergeant Heath.
Oh, damn.
Okay. And we got it because of its violent nature.
Just ask your husband, man.
Okay, he also put a bunch of quotes on it, but before I read these off, there's a story behind just about every one of these quotes. I'm not going to use names because I'll get in trouble.
Television.
Yeah.
Protect the innocent.
But I do want to tell, before I do this, I want to tell an interesting story about just the character of Sergeant Heath. I was in QA one day, and you know, there's a lot of people that are still in production or were in production, and the flight chiefs. So we go out and we brief fails or whatever, and then we'll go upstairs, and then sometimes the flight chief will come up there. Or Sergeant Heath will send out the fails, and the flight chief will come up there to talk about them, whether it's to argue or they just need clarification. I was up there one day, and a pro super came in there. They're not here. I think they already in PCS, hopefully. And this person was just ripping my head off over something that I didn't even know about. And it was just crazy. But what he didn't know was Sergeant Heath was in the corner of the room. And I let him say his spiel, and when he was all done, I said, "Sir, I don't have the authority to talk about this fail. It wasn't my fail. I can't throw it out. But my boss is right back there, and you're more than welcome to go chat with her about it." And he said, in his whole tone completely changed, He walks back there, and Sergeant Heath just laid into him, and it was really entertaining to sit there and listen to him. And she pretty much told the individual, leave my guys alone, they got a job to do, and it's not easy to do it. So if you have anything to say, you need to come back here and you need to say it to me. And by the way, I'm not throwing the fail out, so you can leave. So it's really interesting. Okay, ready? These are some good ones.
Yes.
Okay, you gotta think the story about every one of these. The first one is, this gauntlet is to crush anyone who puts their junk in your face. The next one, your steadfast leadership will be missed along with your loud typing. You always knew when Sergeant Heath was around because, man, the typing's loud. And then the normal one, when things don't go your way, try not to get your panties in a wad. That's great. And then this one goes back to when you first got here. Give them the TV back before somebody gets killed. And then in QA, it's tough. Whenever you go out, you have these findings. You normally have to put a name to it. You know, we have to investigate. We're not great investigators, so we just go to where the first stop is and say, okay, it looks like this person did it. And then once it gets put in the system, if it comes to light with somebody else, we'll just change it. It's not a big deal. Okay, so I didn't say it was your fault. I said I was going to blame it on you. Sergeant Heath, we thank you so much for everything you did for our office.
Thank you. That is gorgeous.
And it
Thank you
smells
guys.
like
That is awesome. That's the best gift. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There's no crying in QA.
You're not done yet.
Oh, okay.
I saved myself for last only because
You're not last.
me and Sergeant Heath. Oh. I will say this. I met Sergeant Heath when I first got here and came into production. It was always Sergeant Heath was on the line doing something. I'm like, man, she always in the middle of something. And I'm trying to train you. But she was always out looking out what was best for the 721st. I will always say that. We were thinking things when Sergeant Bailey was here. I know it was me, you, Patrick, Cobb, Gibson, Reggie. Good times, ladies. And I was saying, Sergeant Heath, you've always kept your focus. You always said you're not in it for you. You was always in it to do what's best for the 721st. Even when that guy said, don't put your panties in a wad, that's a long way from that. And he was upset, came in, didn't. All right, so we're going to get him. We didn't know how we was going to get him, but we was going to get him. But true and true, you didn't let that stop you from what you had to do. You affect people worldwide because everybody come through Ramstein for one reason or another. You affected me as a leader, and I remember talking to Chief O'Brien when he was considering putting me up in. As much as I fought it to not to go to QA, Chief O'Brien made me go. Him and Chief O'Keen, I still get some bad for that. But my number one choice to go up there with me was you. I know we went up there, and our first goal was to put the 721st back on the map in a positive way. You didn't let bad things wear you down. We spent many of the days early in the morning talking and late at night talking about what could we do to put the 721st back to where it was when we first got here. Even today, before you leave, you're still doing the same thing. I would say the same thing to you, Sergeant. You've been a blessing in disguise coming back to us. When I first met you, you was up at the time, it was one squadron and you was the assistant first aide. You did an excellent job up there. You kept our folks out of trouble, which I appreciate. And so you did wonders for us. So in order for me to say how you affected the world, so I had to get you something to show you this is what the world looks like now, clear.
Yeah.
So
that is very nice.
And what it says is to mess up. I had to add something on here. It says to Master Sergeant Hollie, Mom, you've been an inspiration to all whoever entered through the doors of the 721st MSS. I know we do without you. We treat events Okay, so you still
You get your household goods picked up yet, have you?
No. Monday.
I have to say that being a flight line expert in this squadron is probably the most difficult job that we have here. You work the longest day, the longest shift, all the experts in here, of anybody in the squadron. You walk in here at 4 o'clock in the morning every day, you don't normally leave till 6:30, 7 o'clock every night, and you never get a lunch. You don't have that opportunity to go get any food somewhere. Sometimes you get a 5 minutes to go heat up something. When I walked in the door a year and a half ago, you taught me everything I learned about this flight line. I respect both of you very much for what you both taught me. But your contribution to the production flight, your contribution to the sea flight loves you. And you see that we got the Christmas house schedule. When the other guys get to start working for you, they love to work for you. And we really appreciate you, and we're really going to miss you. So, on behalf of the production flight, we want this to be with you.
Thank you, Sir Barber. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, and I don't really have the words, you know, I've got to know everybody pretty good in here. Everybody's been here for a while at least. I think I've probably got a chance to work with almost everybody in here, and just thanks for coming out.
Can I go? It's so hard to go after children and Troy. So here's your book, and good luck. Actually, I'm also speaking on behalf of Mr. Guffey and the Boeing team, so I have to say a few words. He just wanted to convey to you that thanks so much for, and both of you, thanks so much for all your support of the Boeing team and help them do their job as much as they help us. It's kind of a symbiotic relationship, and we're glad to have them on board. And as a token of their appreciation, because it's all about Boeing, got you a lovely Boeing license plate, a lovely True Blue 2011 Boeing calendar, and he said something about when you go shopping, Chris, when you guys get back to Pope, up there at the food line, you can beat our prices, but you can't beat our meat. You can take this nice shopping bag, right? That's their slogan. They're the beef people. Is that Winn Dixie? Chris, you got the hardest job in the Air Force. I like to equate you guys as shock absorbers, because you're putting the guys out there, and that's where the rubber meets the road. Folks fixing the aircraft. You're basically getting the right mix of folks, qualifications, skills, experience putting it out there. And above you is that pro super just driving you like a dirt bike. And sometimes you got to be that buffer, because if you left it up to production, no lunches, no bathroom breaks, no TV. It's just, they would just rape and pillage. So thanks for standing up for your guys, getting the most out of them, and protecting them, being their top cover. And certainly appreciate it. Good luck. Team Heath, we go back a little ways. It was actually, before it was Team Heath, it was Team Pop and Team Heath. Individuals. Together, they are just as strong as can be. You guys are a fantastic team and inspiration, and I know that a lot of folks take inspiration from you guys, so I appreciate it. They're heading back to Pope, North Carolina. You're from Rayford, right?
Yeah, about an hour.
Yeah. So it's kind of home. I spent a couple of 14 years down there, and it is God's country, the Sand Hills, North Carolina. So thoroughly enjoyed the music today. If you get down to Rayford Road, a little place called Louie's, open mic blues night on Thursday nights, and a lot more of this, but good times. I kind of miss it. But you can have a good time. I know being back with family, Air Force family. Be working for Major Cook again. You will, and yeah. Some folks there have never left, so you're going to see some friends. Friends indeed. The music, perfect. Mustang Sally, loved it. Stormy Monday, I'm a student of blues, and